Hey, question, does your financial agent talk to you about taxes, or is it simply about growth and income? Greg Ellie has the answers for us for a lot of things, but you do have some information about taxes and retirement, and that's the single biggest element of trying to retire, the taxes.
Well, actually, it's the greatest cost that retirees face. People don't realize that, especially when people have large 401ks. Taxes are their big enemy. That's what's going to cost them more than anything else, and it's getting worse right now.
And you got to pay them.
You got to pay them. You can't get around it.
Well, give us a little information here, a little free stuff here.
Well, we have an event that's going to be coming up, and it's going to be Tuesday at the Commerce Club.
It's okay, next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday at 6 p.m. We have Ed Slott. He's probably one of the most foremost CPA tax specialists in the nation. He's on PBS. And people can call, but they need to RSVP because we're expecting a lot of people at the event. And he discusses right now that taxes are on sale currently until 2025. And if people don't take advantage of it right now, they might not be able to in the future.
So how do we get in? We can't show up. You're saying enroll online.
Right. They can call my office. Okay, they can call my office, 800-440-0434.
Right.
And they can call and put a reservation, but they need to RSVP because we don't know how many we're going to have already. We've got some good inquiries coming in, and I think we're going to have a packed house, hopefully.
Well, you sure will. I know that room. It'll hold 200 or 300 people. So
yeah. I'm expecting. I'd love to have 50 to 100 people.
Well, you might do more than that. Now, and again, we can go online and maybe make a reservation to come to your office personally. You don't charge for a consult, do you?
No, we don't, and certainly we can do that. And the thing is, Jack, you need to have the tax conversation. Most advisors are not having the tax conversation. You talk to an advisor, they'll say, "Oh, well, talk to your CPA about it." And many CPAs don't even know some of the tools that we use that are in conjunction with CPAs that do know what those tools are.
So this will be a real advantage to folks coming to this.
It will, I believe so. Unless they're okay with taxes. I say, well, do you your accounts are infected with taxes. When you have a 401k, every single thing is taxed for you, your spouse, and then your kids.
Well, now, but a 401k, say you leave your money there and don't transfer it, and I think you recommend moving some of that money, don't you?
Absolutely. You should do what's called the in-service rollover. When you're 59 and a half, move that into an IRA where you have safety. You continue to work, so you're now recontributing or continuing to contribute to your current 401k, but you've taken that bunch of money and you've made it safe.
Yeah.
And so it's a great strategy that people need to do because your 401k is totally exposed to the market, and this market is getting even more skittish. People calm down when it goes up a little bit like yesterday, but then guess what? It just keeps going up and down.
You got banks failing, and that scares people, but then things return after a few days.
Well, you know what's interesting, Jack? You bring up the bank failure. Washington Mutual failed right before 2008 crash.
Is that right?
It did. And so now we've had two that have failed, possibly a third one on the horizon. I think we're going to see more and more of that. Credit Suisse in Europe is about to fail. That's one of the largest banks that there is.
And they bought out, the thing out in California.
Yeah. So there's some problems financially that if we don't address, and we don't now, by putting some of your money into safety, and I don't mean safety where you don't make any money, but just something that's sound. That's why we use insurance products, because they've stayed the test of time with the Depression.
Well, I like your website, My Money Is Safe. That's what it's all about.
That's the whole idea.
And hopefully making a little money along the way.
Absolutely.
Before you retire. But the rollovers, you can't do before 59 and a half?
Typically, unless they change jobs. Now, if they change jobs, one of the key mistakes people make is rolling over their 401k into the new 401k. Go ahead and make it an IRA when you have that opportunity.
Okay, and a free initial consult from the big guy here. Not so big anymore. You've lost 30 pounds.
Hey, I'm working at it, Jack.
You've lost 30 pounds.
Thank you.
All right, so here's our guy, Prosperity Group. This is Greg Ellie, and he'll be glad to talk to you. Give him a call, go to the website, and again, get some information about the March 28th. Is that right, Greg?
That is correct.
28th get together
6 p.m.
at the Commerce Club, Prosperity Group. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Jack. Appreciate it.